Quick question. 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 Quick question.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Quick Question. I am Travis.
I am Jonathan.
Jonathan, when we started season 2, we said we were going to shoot for the moon.
Mm-hmm.
We said we were going to reach out to the seemingly unattainable
You know what,
guests.
Trav? We shot for the stars.
And we fucking hit them.
You fucking right, we did. You know what? When we did our teaser for season 2, Travis said,
I said,
"Dream big."
dream big. And I said, and I had one guest I said that I threw out as a fucking joke.
And guess what?
We got him.
He's a confirmed guest.
Confirmed.
Guest on Quick Question. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Quick Question studio.
Yes,
this is so fucking
surrounded by a lot of
This
other
is-
people, by
this
the way.
is so
Yes.
fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe he's here right now.
There are a number of people in the trees that we don't know about. Yes.
Guys, he is from the he is a fellow Southsider by way of Hawaii.
Or Kenya, depending on who
Or
you
Kenya.
believe. Yeah.
He's a community organizer.
Is one of the things he has done, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Quick Question studio the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama!
How are you guys?
Oh, my God. I can't believe you're here right now.
It's unreal to meet you, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank
finding
you,
the time. Yeah.
It's good to see you. You know,
Yeah.
and, I'm happy to be able to accommodate your request.
I can't believe you happen to be in Los Angeles and fit in 45 minutes of your time with us. Like,
I mean, look, he did it with Marin. He did it with Marin.
I've never had
Why
this-
wou't he do it with us?
I've never had
Yeah.
this much security before. So
Yeah.
what were you doing in Los Angeles?
Well, I just came back from South Africa, and we were out there for Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday, and just wanted to stop on through. You know, we got to get folks ready for the midterms coming up. So.
Unbelievable.
And we do have a huge reach with the electoral
yes, yeah, we have a lot. We
college. No, that's not.
Have,
how
you
we
know
rate,
what?
yeah.
Hey, to quote someone sitting across from me. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
We did. So,
Guys!
at first I apologize to the neighbors about the traffic. So, I was going
It's-
to leave little notes on their cars, but just do a collective. I'm sorry.
Guys, we are actually in the Quick Question studio with a dear friend of ours, the #1 Barack Obama impersonator in the world. He's a comedian. He is a keynote speaker. Give it up for my friend, Reggie Brown.
Reggie!
What's up, everybody? Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, man.
We don't want to make you. We won't make you riff too long. You know,
It's okay.
we have
Yeah.
a whole other riff that you're going to have to do in a minute.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Thanks for joining us, Reg.
Yeah, no, dude. Anytime.
Fuck yeah.
That means tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So we'll see you again. We'll see you here tomorrow at the same time.
It's a figure of speech, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm bad at those.
So, listeners at home, we at the Quick Question studio have decided on a new format.
a new tool. Here's the fun thing about having guests and the fun things about having a show that is in flux and in process is that we realized it would be kind of more fun to have a vat of questions for someone to pick from.
A plethora.
A piñata.
Tell me more.
So we have developed the
Jar of Questions.
Reggie.
Look at all
We're-
those questions.
Look at all those chickens.
In front of you is we're going to shake it up. You can kind of hear that. In front of you is a jar filled with absolutely no answers, only questions.
only the weirdest of the questions.
Some of the questions are strange.
Make sure you pick wisely.
Really,
there's a
really
couple-
dig.
that's in-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
wow, okay.
All right, Reg.
Go.
All
And,
right.
Las preguntas.
You got it?
Yes.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen at home. Hey, Reggie, quick question. Read it out loud.
Oh my God.
What? Read the question.
What would be your ideal way of dying? Jeez. Well, this is
If you say as a podcast guest, I would fucking lose it.
hopefully not.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's interesting because death is something I think about quite often.
Me
for some
too.
reason. Yeah.
All the
Me
time.
too.
Yeah.
All the time.
I can't stop.
Yeah. And, when I was younger, I had a lot of people close to me that died, and I think that impacts the way that I think about things in life, and but that's an interesting question. I never sat down and thought about that. The only thing
we're here for you.
Yes, well, thank you. The only thing.
Welcome to our studio. Now think about your mortality.
Well, here we go. This is the first thing that came to my mind. It would be a complete, maybe just nuclear situation.
Holy shit! Just
Where? Wow!
But
Just fucking just wipe. Like if I'm gonna go, I'm taking everyone with me.
but I wouldn't want my family and friends to feel the pain I felt when people that I've cared about have died.
So
and
you
I wouldn't want to feel that when
So
they
it's like,
go. So I just want everyone.
You basically want your death to be like a family vacation. It's like you all go together.
Here's what I
be a
want.
world thing.
I think humanity
world
had a
scale.
great run, but it's time for us to all go if I'm going.
Nothing lasts forever.
There's no. Yeah, I think that's.
Ashes
it's
to
so funny,
ashes,
like-
stardust to stardust.
So when I actually wrote that question, and it's so funny because when we were
what a strange thing to take ownership of.
well, no, because you wrote some questions.
That's true. Yes.
And I wrote some questions, but I wrote that question, and Travis was before you got here. We were like, we were giving the jar of
Right.
questions a test run, and I picked that, or Travis
I
picked,
picked that question.
exact same question.
And knowing now that I know that you have magic ways about you, I think that jar is only filled with how do you want to die?
Wait, but what was your answer then?
So Travis goes, how would you want to die? And I said, heroically. And he goes, of course you would. I was
Yeah,
like,
so that people are still talking about you. Exactly. I get it.
and then we made a funny joke. We're like, what if while I was trying to die heroically, Travis saved my life and then he died heroically?
Oh, that would be awesome.
You stole my thunder.
Yes.
Jonathan Sadowski's friend died today in a very heroic way.
You son bitch. No, but it's so funny you say that because like I think about mortality on a daily basis.
Yeah,
you know?
me too.
And it's that one.
Does it get in the way of you enjoying things? Because it started to do that for me, where I sit there and I will see my dog Leroy, who I love dearly, but I'll sit there and I'll pet him and I'll love him.
He's a great dog.
He is a great dog. But I'll pet him and then I'll go, one day you're not going to be here. And then I just fucking lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I always say that about my dog, Moxie. I'll be like, you know what? I'll look at Melissa and I'll look at Moxie. I'll be like, yeah, it's really going to fuck me up when I have to put her down.
Melissa?
Well, it's just me and you, Mox. Just me and you now, Moxie.
Yeah.
No, and it's so true because like I personally go back and forth with death. Like, there's a part of me that's excited about dying. It's like
What?
no, being serious. There's a part of me that is because it's like it's that next journey that like no one really knows about. And there's I think in my imagination it's this glorious thing, you know, that kind of transcends everything we can possibly understand. But then there's a part of me that goes, I really like living. You know, like I don't want to die.
Me either.
So I go back and forth.
And I always think about, you know, if it does happen in an odd way, or how they would find me, or you know.
Oh, that's the
always
worst.
messed up
Oh, my
too,
God.
You know, to think like
do you have someone that'll clear your hard drive?
I don't know, but I have to think about that now.
Dude,
oh, that's the thing. No. But when I was doing something on Facebook, I was trying to lock it down so people can't like peep and see all my stuff, my crazy exes, and you know, look through all my pictures, whatever. And I saw in the settings, it's like a legacy contact that you have to select on Facebook.
Yeah, you can select like three to five
yeah,
people.
so they take care of
Oh
your
my
shit
God.
when you die. And
They like
it's-
curate your Facebook
I
page.
barely want to stay on Facebook now. I certainly don't want to pass it on to
Yeah, but
anybody.
that made me think. Like I was trying to get through the day on a normal thing, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Fuck," you know. Who? And I know it'd probably be Lawrence or you know one of my brothers, but still, you know, it's
Dude, I've had this is no joke. I literally have I will not say who this is, but it's someone you both know who has texted me before. They're like, here's my password to my computer. If anything ever happens to me, they're like, he goes, wipe it. Wipe it.
destroy.
But back to the legacy contact thing. Can you imagine being that for somebody, like having to take over their feed and you'd be like, on this day, someone, you know, and having to see somebody's bullshit tweet that you got to go, oh, I guess I retweet this. Like, what do I do with this?
It's so odd. My friend's mom was his legacy. He passed away like 2 years ago, and all of a sudden he liked one of my posts on my page. And I
Holy
sat there and I
shit.
got the chills. I'm like, is this like, what is it, EVP or what is
Right,
it? How
yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah.
come through the election? And I sat on my computer. I'm like, what is happening right now? And I was like, and I put his name in, ? And then you just saw the dots there, and I'm sitting there like,
Oh my God.
Oh, like you saw they were typing
oh yeah,
something?
typing something.
I swear to God, Ghost-like is a fucking movie. That's a movie coming this summer.
Ghost. From the from Mark Zuckerberg.
From the people who gave you Donald Trump.
and Russia. From a Vladimir Putin film. Ghost-like.
Where are our politics? It's hard to tell.
So, do you like? So back to mortality and death and dying and something like that.
Back to the fun stuff.
I'm gonna bring it back in.
Remember to rate us on the comedy charts. That would be really great.
By the way, today's episode is brought to you by death. Death.
We're all gonna go.
You'll get there. Do you believe in the afterlife, or like, do you think there is something else?
That's another thing. Growing up and being raised Catholic and being from the south side of Chicago.
Oh, you have to, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I started to stray from that as I've started to travel the world and see other religions, beliefs, and cultures and things. Like, I believe in something. I'm not necessarily sold on heaven.
You're agnostic.
I think that there's something. The energy goes somewhere. I believe in. I still pray to people that passed on. I still talk to them. I believe in spirits or even ghosts and things like that.
It's just displaced
so,
energy.
Yeah.
So I don't think that everyone's up there like, hey, grandma, like chilling and up in heaven with Jesus and things like that. And I don't mean to alienate religious crowds here, but it's just where I've come in my life.
See,
what you're saying is your beliefs are bullshit. However,
in my perfect world,
yes.
I believe a similar thing,
Yeah.
and for a long time I didn't believe in any of that. A long time I was like, you live and then you're worm food, and then I was like, that's really sad.
Really
I don't like that.
I don't think it
Really
just ends.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it just ends.
See, in my perfect world, in my perfect death, it would be like the end. It would be like the end of Titanic, like when Rose dies.
There's an
and she,
unexplainable
walks
reason
up
why two
and
people
she-
can't survive.
There was room for Jack on that fucking headboard.
For sure.
But it would be like when she's like walking up that thing by the fucking clock in the Titanic, and all of her friends are there and stuff like that. I think that would be ideal.
Can I tell you something?
It's
I've
not gonna-
actually never seen Titanic.
Oh, you fucking prick!
I have seen it,
Oh
but I don't
my
remember
God.
it as vividly as
Wait, no, do you understand?
Jonathan over
No,
here.
do you understand? He's never seen Titanic. He's never seen Footloose.
Yep.
He's never seen Dirty Dancing.
Never seen it.
He's never seen Back to the Future.
No, I've seen Back to the
Whoa,
Future.
whoa, whoa.
I haven't seen 3. I haven't seen 3. I haven't seen all.
What was that? The Wild West?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I've never seen The Lion King. I can tell you
What?
all
Oh
of
my
these. But I can
God.
tell you everything that happens in all of these movies.
Wow.
I can tell you.
Cannot. He's going to
sur-
say there's the
I-
baby in
I
the
get
corner
the-
and,
no,
and dancing is illegal.
Hey,
Travis.
yeah.
What's the plot of The Lion King?
The Lion King is about a young lion cub named Simba,
And dancing is illegal.
and dancing's illegal, and they put a baby lion in the corner, and they say, you're a king, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Pretty much nailed it.
That's
Nailed it.
yeah.
Nailed it.
And Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna
So,
Matata.
listen to this. So bringing it back into death. So you're a South Sider as well. Did you know? I talked to my mom about this recently. In the South Side of Chicago, like the building I grew up in is the building my grandmother grew up in, and
Yeah, me too.
yeah, my
Yeah, the
great
same
grandmother
house as
came
my
over
grandpa.
from Sicily.
Is that a common thing in
Very-
Chicago?
yeah,
Okay.
very much
in
so.
Cultural communities, yeah.
My great grandmother came over from Sicily. We have this little apartment thing, like a walk up. But in like the early 1900s and shit like that, there weren't really funeral homes.
Oh, no.
And you would like
No.
No.
I don't like where this is going.
you would wake the relatives in your living room. That's a true like.
I want to point out
in my-
earlier.
in my building,
Uh-huh.
we have had many wakes in the building I grew up in.
I want to point out, Reggie, before you got here, I dropped a piece of ice on the ground
Mhm.
and picked it up, and John dared me to put it in my mouth.
no, I said please don't.
But first you
Wait.
acted like you wanted
That
to.
was
And then
what
he threw it at me when I walked in, right past my head. I had water on my forehead.
So if having a piece of ice
Water on my forehead.
I can't imagine having multiple dead bodies where I live.
It's not multiple.
You said you
It's
had
not some kind of apocalyptic death.
You have to keep putting people in
See what I
there.
did there?
though.
Brought it back to you, right?
Thank you.
And listen to this. Ready? Here's the fucking weirder part. It gets weirder.
Well, how does it get weirder?
The body, when it was being waked in your living room, could never be left alone. So
Oh, you had to get a body sitter?
no. So your relatives, literally, you would have shifts. So like when everybody's sleeping, like so somebody had
No.
swear to God,
No.
someone had to be with it at all times of the night.
I actually saw something recently, and I thought it was kind of beautiful. It was something along those lines. Like, these guys were complete hippies, but they believed in, why give someone that I've loved and cherished for how long, just put them in a fridge, let them be embalmed, and just let their body go in this way.
No.
They sat there for a few days with the body.
Without being embalmed.
With the kids, yeah. And, you know, they said it was
No.
clean because they were able to ask them any questions, like, you know, even the gross stuff, like, did it start to leak? Did it start to do anything? And he said that his wife's body stayed beautifully preserved for a few days without anything. It gave the kids time to come to terms with what happened, you know, really have that time with the actual body before they took it away. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Kind of beautiful,
yeah. And it was, you know. And then just imagine that, you know, like all of a sudden someone you spend your life with is dead, carted away in a freezer for a few days, then they're getting pumped full of fluids, and then you put makeup on them, put them in a casket, and then throw them in the ground.
I had to go to an open casket funeral not that long ago.
Yeah, they're weird.
I don't like it. I don't
you
care
know,
for it.
You know why? Here's the
them.
thing that's weird about them. Is that they never, like, I don't care if you're the fucking best makeup artist in the world, the body in the casket never looks the way the person did in real life.
Not a good look.
You know what? It looks like they're wearing a Halloween mask of the person that they were. Yeah.
And it's like they're
and like a knockoff.
Yeah.
Kind of like
God,
Sarah Huckabee Sanders makeup.
Yes, exactly. It looks like that, but more truthful, but tells more actual facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
But speaking of this, please tell me you've seen these extreme embalmings where, like,
What?
they're
no,
kind of like
wait,
in the
wait,
hood.
What? Wait,
They're kind of like in the hood where, like, they'll have the guy sitting up in a chair with, like, you know, a cigarette in his hand or his mouth, sunglasses on, favorite hat, you know, just posted up. Please tell me you've
like
seen
a
that.
fucking mounted, like a
Dude.
mounted animal.
You haven't seen that?
Wait,
They had a dude.
I have not seen
They
that.
had a champion boxer in Puerto Rico in the corner of a boxing ring they put in the funeral home, standing straight up, leaning forward, huge sunglasses, his robe on like this, straight up, dead for his wake.
Is this like an Instagram moment? Is this like the
I don't
selfie
know.
station
Yeah,
where you go
everyone's
and you
getting
take
pictures with the bodies? Like, they've done this. Harley Davidson dude went through the town mounted on his
No.
Harley.
Get the fuck
No,
out
he's
of
Swear
here.
to God, look it up. I think it's called extreme embalming. It is the craziest shit you'll ever see. It's awesome.
Travis,
That's the
when I go, if I go
I'm
before
propping you up with those headphones and that mic right
In
here.
a burrito.
like in a fucking burrito.
Scotch in his left, burrito in his right.
Scotch in my left.
Quick
Oh my
question.
God.
Think you made it to heaven or hell? What do you
Oh
think you
my
went?
God.
Yeah.
That's just fucking weird,
It's
dude.
really weird.
I don't.
And you know,
But I kind of like it because it's celebrating that person, and it's kind of being like, we know this is goofy. We know this is weird. Let's just be let's lean into the weird part of it.
here's the thing. Unless that person specifically requested it, I think it's kind of fucking weird to do that. You know?
It's really weird. Yeah, if it's just like the mom's idea.
Like Travis, like if
Yeah.
if you fucking kick the bucket,
I'm never dying.
never.
Yeah, I'm
Healthy as an ox.
I should point out I am immortal. I never pointed that out. This is my fifth.
Travis is
yeah.
guys. Fun fact:
Yeah.
Travis is a demigod.
Yeah, this is my 5th century on the planet. Yeah.
If you kick the bucket and I fucking dressed you as Travis the clown,
I'd be so pissed. I would haunt you forever.
you know he was a clown, right?
No.
I used to be a clown.
He used
Yeah.
to be
Oh, okay.
Travis the clown.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was real creative with my name. They're like, you need to come up with a clown name. I was like, how about Travis the Clown?
That's great.
How about
Great
I
clown
be
name.
yeah, exactly. That's the other day I was in your kitchen and you had a bunch of oranges.
Wait, was I home?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Sometimes I just we established it. Sometimes I play Jonathan.
So the other day I was taking a nap in your bed.
Sometimes I just want to smell you. Is it weird? But no, I came over to drop off some stuff and you gave me some oranges and I just started juggling them.
Wait, hold my mic.
Okay.
Still
well, I
going
guess-
here? Was he going to get some oranges?
Reggie, I
Let's
got to
see,
tell you, I've been doing comedy for a while. I've never walked my own host. That was a weird thing. I've never
Yes.
walked the room to the point where it's actually someone I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Reg, we almost forgot. Welcome to the Quick Question Studio. Here's a bag of oranges.
Wow,
Holy
thank you.
That's a bushel of oranges.
No, this is awesome. I was here on the 4th of July, and I picked some and made the best orange juice the next day.
Dude,
And
I have so many, dude. I just pruned my tree. I have this. Listeners at
that
home.
means a lot. Thank you.
I have this giant orange tree in the backyard, and I have like 400 oranges up there, and I just pruned some of them, and I have like
They're delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Speaking-
the best oranges.
yeah,
I've
they
had
are
in a
really
long
good
They are.
time.
They're
oranges.
great.
Yeah,
They're great.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of ways to die, I came over and he had not told
Speaking
anybody.
of ways to die,
What?
the oranges are poison.
I meant to point that out. And we're not going to tell you which one. That's going to be the fun. Yeah. So
one
that's
of those
the- yeah.
oranges.
Lovely.
One of those oranges has
Yeah.
been injected with arsenic.
The rest are delicious.
Love you guys.
No, but I came over and John had been up on the roof pruning, like just a man on a ladder on his roof without
Yeah.
telling a single soul.
Wow.
So
Well, no, my neighbor knew I was up there.
I am your neighbor.
Let me
neighbor.
some sugar. I am your neighbor. Oh boy.
So, okay. So death, yes.
So death.
I'm trying to think now about this extreme embalming thing. Like,
I don't like it.
I kind of always thought I would just be ashes. I thought I'd be burnt. Or like that's how I would want my things to go.
I might do the tree thing.
Wait.
Or they plant you?
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. Have you heard about the firework?
I wouldn't do that.
They will cremate you
Right.
and put your ashes into a mortar
Right.
that you light off, and it will go up and be like one big fucking fireworks show of your ashes.
It's just one big pop, though. That's
Right, but also too, like you're
Going
not,
out with a bang.
da-da.
Ba-dum-bum. I'll show myself out.
Well, Reg, just you and me now.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks for the oranges.
Thanks for the orange. Look at all those oranges. So Reggie and I, we were with my trainer, my boxing trainer, Eddie Arizola, who's wonderful. And me and Reggie and Eddie went up to Napa Valley for Bottle Rock this year.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah,
Epic
yeah.
trip.
It was fucking incredible.
One of the best weekends of my life.
I'm not one for hyperbole, but I can die after that.
Now that's for those who don't know, that's like part food and music
It
festival,
is,
right?
yeah.
Right?
Unbelievable.
It's like a fancy Coachella with world famous chefs.
I just got real fucking 1990s radio audio. Now, for those who don't know,
So we're up there and we were like showing each other like we were we were doing a little of the drinking and we were
Little
like
bit.
we had a nice little buzz and we were showing each other funny videos. And I showed Reggie this video of the Bee Gees.
Oh, my God.
It's these little Asian kids.
The TNT boys.
The TNT boys who dressed up as the Bee Gees. And they do
Incredible thing I've seen.
Nobody gets too much heaven. And they are like literally
The best thing
I
I've
would-
seen. It was
I would-
genius.
I would wake up with
when you say little, like
They're
children,
like 10.
Like 10 years
old.
8 to 10, maybe.
they had that one guy's forehead.
His forehead was the best. I cried. I watched it over and over again. I was crying in the back seat.
I would wake up in the morning and go downstairs. Like we rented this house, and I would wake up in the morning and come out in the kitchen, and Reggie would be like sitting on the couch,
watching
just laughing his ass off, just like literally like by himself, uncontrollably laughing.
It was just perfect. Just the thought, the execution, everything, the makeup. I still can't get over how
When he
perfect
puts
it
his
is.
finger in his ear,
Oh.
Wait, they gave him. You're saying not?
Wait,
his,
I can't believe you
Dude,
haven't seen
I haven't
this.
seen. So not his natural forehead.
Oh.
the
No.
recreated.
Dude,
they
his
recreated
forehead.
the Bee Gees on
Oh
10-year-old Asian boys.
My God!
It's Travis. It's mind blowing. But anyway, what we were getting to was Reggie showed me this video of
Cutest little girl.
This cutest little girl ever. And there's all these geese and seagulls, and they're like hop 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 hop. And they're like making all this noise, and the camera there's like hundreds of them, and the camera pans over this cute little Asian girl, and she goes, "Look at all those chickens."
And they remixed it into all these
oh, that's the best.
different songs.
Oh.
But she was so cute. So now it applies to everything. In life.
Everything.
So that's why you said, look at all these.
Look at
oranges.
all those oranges. But it
You
would
should've
have been
said
apples.
apples. Yeah.
You and I see eye to eye.
Aye,
my
we
friend.
do.
You
Apples
and
to
I see
apples.
eye to eye. Eye to eye. So, bringing it back to death.
That's like the 7th time you've said that.
I want to get back to the initial question, because after all, that's what our show's about.
It is the initial question.
Yes,
Yeah.
the initial question.
The conversation seed.
So, like, would you want to know you're gonna go? Like, would you want to know, like for example, the movie Armageddon? They're like, ladies and gentlemen, the world's gonna end.
I feel like that's the only in those kind of instances or like extreme mishaps where there's a long fall do you know you're going to go. Like for most of us it's a surprise, you know? You can just walk
No,
outside.
I'm asking,
Yeah.
would you want to know? Like, would you want to know that there's going to be a nuclear bomb? Like, would you want to know you have 30 minutes, or would you just want to be like, just don't even tell me?
I
I
live
think I
every
would like
day
to
like
know.
I only have 30 minutes.
I would like to know, I think. But yeah.
Travis lives every day like he only has 30 minutes.
But yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to think people living with terminal illness, and how do doctors come in and say, "Oh, you only have 5 days to live"? You know,
It's nuts.
like they can't do that shit, and then people end up living for like another 2 years, or stuff like
Out
that.
of
where-
spite. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
but-
show you.
But still, the fact that, for someone like that, like, my dad who was sick for 3 years and he was in and out of remission with leukemia, and then we saw him go from healthy to sub-healthy and just completely wiped out, no hair, no eyebrows, thin, and then back, and then, back to
man.
that, then up and down, and then when he was doing well, all of a sudden it came on in like 2 days and he was gone. So we
Wow.
thought that he was going to be,
Oh my
everything was
God.
fine. And
Yeah.
so it is weird when you get to that point and, my girlfriend was recently really sick. It just came out of nowhere. We came back from Morocco, and then she got all these complications and reacted to the antibiotics, and then, so on and so forth. And she thought she was dying. And for me to see her like that, losing
Turns out she just had gas.
yeah, just bad gas. But
Turns out
she
just
was
not
allergic.
a- yeah.
She was allergic to my oranges.
Jonathan tried to kill her. So
we told you one of them was poison.
Jonathan tried to kill her.
but in that time and watching her, she lost 14 pounds in 10 days. And even I'm looking at her like, oh my God, what's going on? And she's thinking, and she even told me, she's like,
like feeding her pizza in her sleep.
dude, I was trying to feed her. I was hand feeding her little things. I went to get her baby food, all this stuff. And
She's sleeping with her mouth open. You're throwing like granola in her mouth.
dude, it was scary. But she thought
Totino's
she was
rolls.
dying. And she went to the point where she's like, if you want to, you can date Heather when I'm gone. And she told me, like,
Oh
her
my
friend I
God.
could date.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, why Heather? Can I pick?
Can I pick
Can
her?
I please pick my favorite? Heather's cool. She's cute, but, great person.
All right. So, Reg, we haven't really talked about this yet. So, you are the premier Barack Obama impersonator in the world. You travel the world, and you're not just. I shouldn't say impersonator. It's not what you do. Isn't I've seen your show. What you do isn't just impersonation. Like you do a one of a kind show tailored for every audience.
Yeah.
Tell us a little. How'd you get into this?
Well, being from Chicago, when I was 21, my brother Lawrence came home and said, "You look like this guy Barack who plays basketball at East Bank." And I was like, "Oh, okay, and thanks."
East Bank is a
Yeah.
health club in Chicago.
Yeah,
Okay.
like where premier, athletes and wealthy people work out and stuff. And so then later on that weekend, I was working. You remember Butterfield 8? It was a restaurant on Wells and Huron. It was like the
No.
floor lit up, and then it turned into a nightclub.
Vaguely, yeah.
So I was working there, and this woman said, "You look so much like my professor, Barack Obama. Google him." So that was the second time in a week, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
so this was like before he was even. This was when he was-
21, dude. This
Oh,
was
wow.
the 2001." So then I went and Googled him, and I was like, he doesn't really look like me. He's got big ears, he's skinny, all this stuff. And because people used to tell me I look like Reggie Miller, B.J. Armstrong, and like anyone who like light skinned and
Reggie Googled Barack Obama. He's like, damn, that's a handsome man.
yeah, that's a handsome brother. But so then it fell off for a while. Then he started campaigning, and then everyone started telling me. And anytime I wore a suit, because I used to write for NBCChicago.com and do stuff, it just became a daily thing where people would cross the street, be like, "Obama," and I'd just be like, "How are you?" But taxi cabs, seriously, would like crank U-turns and be like, "You're Obama, yes?" And I'd be like, "No, yes, get in," and they give me free rides.
Oh my
People
God.
started picking
That's
up tabs. People
insane.
started sending over drinks and like stuff, and I was like, "Whoa!" It was overwhelmingly positive in Chicago. So then, in 2008, I was writing for NBCChicago.com, working in restaurants like I was for 14 years. Wanted to have my own cooking show and moved towards that direction. And we won an Emmy, Midwest Emmy, for coverage of Looptopia. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then one of my colleagues from NBC is like, "Dude, if you can become the #1 Obama, travel the world, make a ton of money like Steve Bridges, who did Bush back in the day, and develop a corporate comedy show and, sell it." So that's what I've been doing for 9 years. The past 5 years, been managing myself. And, yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
So did you find, like, I asked him about this before, but, like, I could understand how the demand for a Barack Obama impersonator would be there when he was in office. But the demand is still there even though he's gone, right?
Oh, yeah. Like,
We miss him that much.
Yeah.
We're like, please, please.
But we've
Please
gotten
hang
to
around.
We've gotten to the point where even Republicans miss him. Like, even certain Republicans come up and they're like, "Man, I'm Republican at my events," and I miss you. So it's an interesting time in our country.
They say
know.
you?
Yeah, people
Oh,
talk
that's
to me
amazing.
like, "Oh yeah." No, people think I'm him. Yeah.
Guys, and wait, for the record, what's your website? It's
I am Reggie
I am Reggie
Brown.com.
Brown. Guys, go to this website. Like, when you see Reggie in real life, like just as Reggie, there's a resemblance. When he gets into his makeup and stuff like that, it is
Uncanny.
unbelievable.
Yeah, people
it's a full
faint.
transformation.
Yeah, it is. People,
Dude, didn't you trick like soldiers into thinking you were him?
Oh yeah. They invited me to Andrews Air Force Base, and everyone, they were freaking out. And it was kind of one of those things where I walked in the room and I was like, "It's good to see you guys today," and everyone's like, and it's like, "Please be seated." Everyone's like, one of those things where they're so like afraid of the power of the commander in chief, where even when I wasn't making jokes, they're laughing and you're so funny, Mr. President. Like one of those
So
things.
this is when Obama was still in office.
This is when he was. Yeah.
So from their
But
point of
here's
view, you're the boss.
Yes, but
Yeah.
here's the fucked up thing about this date. This guy contacts me, and his name was Dan DeGuzman. I'll put him on blast.
Oh no!
Yeah. Fuck you,
He was-
Dan.
Here it comes.
He's a quote-unquote White House staffer who contacts me. He tells me, if you perform at Andrews Air Force Base and do me this favor, I'll give you a private tour of the White House with your family, which is one of my dreams coming true. So he's like, you'll get to meet the president and all this stuff. So I have my family in Chicago. Everyone takes off work. They drive up. I fly off from L.A., go up there. We get to Andrews. They do a monthly birthday party for whoever's birthday it is there. So we're walking down the halls. Everyone's in full salute.
They're saluting you.
Oh, they're really like, they can't even make eye contact.
Oh,
They're
my
doing
God.
Like the, looking.
I thought you were gonna pop out of a cake.
No, they did have someone do that. So we get into the room. It's a big boardroom table. There's majors, generals, all this stuff around there. And my sister sings Happy Birthday. She's got a beautiful voice, Janine Brown. She does that, and I'm in there. And they're really thinking I'm him in the beginning. And then finally when that loosens up, then they're like, we want to thank Reggie. Leave. So now it's time for our tour. We get to the White House. This dude has no pull. He doesn't even work in the White House. He works for the White House blocks away.
It's like Veep.
Like on 14th
It's like
Street.
Veep.
Yeah. So our private tour of the West Wing and Oval Office ends up being waiting in line for an hour and a half with the general
No.
public taking a public tour.
Oh,
my
my
whole
God.
family, I was like, we all thought this was the moment, in my career that I get to, fulfill one of my goals. And then, when I got out to get a sandwich at Potbelly's or something, I'm out of the car for 2 minutes, and this guy turns around. My sister's in the back seat. She's like 19 at the time. He's like, hey, you're looking pretty sexy back there.
What?
The guy?
Staffer, dude.
Oh my God.
The second I leave the car, and then I come back in, she didn't even tell me till later. She's like, I think he kind of hit on me when you were.
Oh, I would
in
have fucking
Potbelly's.
wrung his neck,
Oh yeah,
dude.
and then he told me he's going to get me an autograph plaque and all this stuff from the president. He's going to send it to me, bring me to the Christmas dinner because I didn't get to meet him then. He hasn't
Oh
answered one of
my
my calls or emails
God.
since then. What a scumbag.
Yeah, and that guy
Yeah.
doesn't.
Fuck
What does he?
Dan.
What does he do now? There's no way he's still part of anything.
I don't
over
know.
there,
I
right?
should look him
Yeah.
up on LinkedIn. Yeah.
You use that shit?
Yeah, dude. I said I'm going to start using LinkedIn as much as I use Facebook because professionally, I shouldn't be on Facebook as much.
I know,
If I'm
I
not
hate
watching
it.
your videos, because you post a lot of good stuff like the TNT boys, but, if I'm not being productive, I shouldn't be on a computer.
agreed.
Oh my God.
So you still haven't had that White House tour?
No. And I met him, through a mutual friend of ours, Pantera Sarah Upoff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
That's
the
how.
one who.
That's how I met Barack.
Yeah. So she hooked it up, and it was cool. But yeah, so I'm still touring, doing that. I'm doing my keynote in D.C. in a couple weeks, and I'm in Chicago.
So yeah, tell us about it. Like, what makes you? What separates you from the other Barack Obama impersonators?
For one, I think it's
Skill.
just that, it's
You're,
it's
no,
just,
you're spot on, dude. Your man,
Thanks.
when you drop into character, and this is coming from an actor. When you drop into character, your mannerisms, your inflection, your cadence, it is fucking spot on.
well, thank you, and it's been a lot of hard work and just someone who I respect, and I just wanted to do it better because I saw these people coming out, these amateurs, when he started, and I was just like, man, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. And I started working at it, developing the makeup and the comedy behind it because I didn't know how to make fun of him because I
You even
admire
put the
him.
You even
I
put that
put the
little
mole.
mole
I
on.
had the ears custom made, all that stuff. But it was hard, and it still is to stay on top of things that people will, feel is relevant because people are so hurt on. I can get up there and say a joke that's dead on, taken right from the headlines, and people don't know how to laugh at that now. Like, we're at a weird point in our country
Yeah.
where, politicians can get away with saying and doing this ridiculous shit, but me as a comedian, I can't even get away with it. And I say something like, ooh, what about the guy who's fucking about to start a world war? He can say and do whatever he wants.
I wonder if you feel this, because I feel this sometimes. I feel that people come out to comedy, even if it's something like where there is a political element to it, they're coming to forget about that stuff. And
Yeah.
you're reminding them of it, and then they get this weird anger. They get mad about it. Like they're like, I came to not think about this.
Yeah,
you know, it's weird.
But I get that, and I get wanting to take a break from all the stuff because we could all be depressed in a dark room all day if we pay attention to all the negative shit that's going on in the world right now. But
have you been to my house?
I was referring to you, Travis. But we could all be like Travis. No.
have you been to my house?
But
Wait, what was that place? Was it the Never-Ending Story, like the Bog of Sorrows or
Oh
something?
yeah.
Was it Never-Ending Story or was it Princess Bride?
It might have been Princess Bride.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy, you know, like Trump's cabinet is like dinner for schmucks, you know, like all the people that
Wait, dude, that is so fucking funny you said that. Have you seen, like, I watched
I just
that-
watched it last week
I was
again.
on
It's one of my
TV. So
favorite
good.
comedies.
Dude,
Yeah.
Steve Carell, there's
He's
this part
perfect.
when he's talking to the people from Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
he's like, my country is friends with your country. I love Switzerland. I like Volvos. Have you ever been to Switzerland? No, but I speak the language. Hernifler.
Yeah, but you know,
I've seen Dinner for Schmucks.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen that
awesome.
movie.
You have.
I have.
Have you seen The Princess Bride?
I have.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
So yeah,
I'll accept that as truth.
Fuck, now you got me. You threw me off on that. I was like, I had to follow
we
up.
were talking about taking a break from reality
Yes,
and
yeah.
comedy, and I get that, but there's also, like, you know, when I got kicked off stage at the Republican Leadership Conference, I was roasting all of the.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this was in 2011. That's the thing that kind of catapulted
I don't know you got
me.
Wait, first, why do I not know this story?
This is the thing that got me on Bill Maher the first time, Monday Night Raw, like all these major things. I was just doing my work on the corporate
Monday Night Raw,
level.
the wrestling?
Dude, I did Monday Night Raw.
Like Bill Maher tracked the Monday Night Raw. I was like, what?
That was crazy. Crazy time.
Dude,
in my
fun
career.
fact, Donald Trump did fucking WWE.
Oh, I know he
yeah.
did. Yeah.
But yeah, so they invited me there to do my bit. I just performed for the Republicans of, you know, San Diego County like a week before. So word passed. And Charlie Davis was the Republican organizer or chair for the event, and he invited me down there and was doing my thing. They were laughing the whole way. And when I started roasting their candidates, like Rick Perry got on stage after me. and
Oh,
announced he was running.
no.
Then they
boy.
kicked me off stage, and then they said it was because I was delivering racist content, which was my, in the first 3 minutes, if it was anything was to be deemed racist, which it wasn't. Like, one of my openers is always like, you know, it's great to be here. I just got back from Hawaii, or as Donald Trump pronounces it, Kenya. And, you know, then I can move into, let me be clear. My father was a black man from Kenya, and my mother was a white woman from Kansas. So, you know, for the last time. Yes, my mother loved a black man, and no, she was not a Kardashian. Those are my
amazing.
those are my racist jokes, according to them. But then they kicked me off at like 18 or 19 minutes in when I started saying, you know, when the going gets tough, Newt files for divorce, or
Oh,
you know,
shit.
the
Wow.
ratings are dropping faster than who was the mark at the time? It was something like Anthony Weiner's pants in an AOL chat room. So I was just hitting both sides. And he was a Democrat, but
AOL dropping faster than Anthony Weiner's pants in an AOL chat
That's a
room.
good
so
joke.
stuff like that.
That's
you
a
know,
solid joke.
and right when I
That's strong.
Yeah.
right when I went
That's
to hit
fucking
Michelle
strong.
Bachmann, and I had a picture of her come up with like a tinfoil helmet, and, you know, like lipstick smeared all over her face like a psycho. They cut my mic, kicked me off stage, and they got all pissed off. Then they started releasing this, and once, you know, Associated Press and Reuters releases at the top, all these other little vultures start to cut and paste, even though they haven't seen it. And then they tried smearing me and ruining my career. Then people gave me a chance to tell my side. I did like 100-something interviews in a week. I couldn't even talk. And then people started coming around and saying he was a comedian, invited there to do his thing, and that got me on Real Time. Then I flew to, you know, New York that night to do Huckabee in the morning. Then Monday Night Raw, all this stuff, and it kind of took a mind of its
So
own.
wait, you still got paid, obviously.
Yeah, that was all fine. It just, they tried to ruin me, and it ended up being the best thing that ever happened in my
Like,
career.
it's like
Yeah.
all this shit that goes down. I'm like, what? You still got
I
paid,
still
right?
got paid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like that's
still got
so that's where
paid,
my
man.
head's at.
That's my favorite thing, too. Is like, oh, you want to do less time? Are you paying me the same? Then I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick me off after 5 minutes.
I think it's just occurring to me now. The question was, what's your ideal way to die? And being a comedian, it's on stage. That's the ideal way to die because you fucking learn
Doing
from
what
it.
you love.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
are you saying dying figuratively?
figuratively and literally. I would
Okay.
love to
That's
die. I would
happened.
love to
Yeah.
I would love to literally die on stage.
I can help you.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Trav, you're my friend. If that's the way you want to go,
We can make that happen.
We can talk about it.
I didn't mean soon. I meant
Yeah.
like eventually, like as.
So, but like that's really kind of poignant that you said that, because I think
Thank you.
I'm talking about dying on stage, because I think that's true. It's like, if I know I said I would like to die in a heroic fashion, but I think just living out my days doing what I love would be my ideal way to go.
Right.
Not
But-
maybe not the exact instant, but like if I'm able to like shuffle off this mortal coil while doing something I love, that would be ideal.
But I was tying it to Reggie in that they were trying to kill your career,
Oh, interesting.
but you overcame that. So you were
I rose again.
yeah.
Yes, we can.
Comedic Jesus.
So, all right.
And on the third day, he landed the punchline.
So it's, you can tell the joke 3 times. That's like the rule of 3.
No, on the cross, Jesus goes, "Who's from out of town?"
You guys want to hang out?
Oh.
No, that's too
Oh,
soon.
God,
That's
come
too
on,
soon.
fuck both of you.
Hey.
All right, so Reggie.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm like really aggro.
Why don't
today.
you have one of those oranges?
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
No, not that one. That
That
one.
one, that one right,
Right
there.
there.
So Reg, what like you do? You know you're a fucking hilarious comic. Your sketches are great, and you also do some other impersonations. What other like?
I do.
One of my favorite ones that you do, and you know what you do a great Terrence Howard.
Thanks, man. now stop. Y'all need to stop talking for a second so I can get some words out of my motherfucking mouth.
Holy shit.
Because first, there's times when I get so excited that I sound like I'm going to cry. Because Empire's coming back out for season 6, I think, and Cookie's, she fucking around, man.
That's so solid. That's
Thanks.
so funny.
Fucking
Yeah.
That's
brilliant,
great.
man.
Yeah, there's, it's just fun. I always did stuff like that. Like
I love
growing
that
up
your
and-
Terrence Howard also sounds like he's about to do like an R&B slow jam. Like he's just
He
got
could
like
break
a,
out in a song at any point.
Yeah, he's smooth.
so
He's-
cool.
And he does sing. I've never heard him, but I've seen, like, when I looked up videos to, hone the impression, like, he sings somehow.
That's great.
But yeah, there's just people that like have those kind of voices. Like everyone does like a walking or an exaggerated
Right.
Schwarzenegger, which I don't even touch that shit anymore. It's like
Dude, Will Sasso's Schwarzenegger is as good as it gets.
Will Sasso's, oh my
It's-
God.
like real, like just him talking.
You never saw his dude. It is like if you would think it was Arnold.
Yeah,
It's-
those are the
it's
best.
incredible.
That's
You
what I like. I don't like the overly done.
Right. The ones that are just,
Yeah, that's
What-
what, I
what-
try.
although my favorite Sasso impression was like the worst impression, but it was the way he sold it was his Kenny Rogers. Did you ever see him do Kenny Rogers? He would go, "Hey everybody, I'm Kenny Rogers," and then he'd just pull up a thing of Jack Daniels and go, "Glug, glug, 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 glug."
Oh, I got
Dude,
you.
he
Yeah,
did-
yeah.
Well, he did that, and then he did Randy Newman.
Oh, Randy
Oh,
Newman's
Randy's
pretty
awesome.
solid. Yeah, yeah.
He was like, it was like on Mad TV. He's like, knock knock, who's there? America.
Well, also on Mad TV, he did
From The
Kenny-
Soprano.
He did Kenny Rogers' as Jackass. So
Tony
that was the
Soprano.
thing
Oh,
is
that's
he would go.
hysterical.
So, real quick, have you met anybody that you do an impression of?
I met Ice Cube. We did Barbershop 3, and I told him I did a little impression of him. He's like, "Do it, man." And I was like, I go, "The snake's out there this big," from Anaconda, which is pretty much all I ever do. I don't even know why I said it. I just got a little nervous, and he laughed. But it's one of the things that I was on a show called Impress Me. It was with all the top impressionists and things, and that's one of the episodes where like you don't typically do it in front of the person,
Right. But they say it's the highest form of flattery.
I know, but it's just one. Like I'm fine. I would do it in front of Obama. in a
I want to hear
heartbeat.
your Sadowski impersonation.
Oh shit! What?
Do you do one?
I don't know.
I'm putting him on
done
the
it-
spot. You fucking haven't you?
I have
You
done it.
free-
I have done it
you
before.
fucking bitch.
I was like, it starts with like a maniacal kind of laugh, but and a hard laugh, but yeah, I haven't really done it. It's more of just like a quick thing. Did Sarah fucking tell you to ask me that?
Dude, I swear to God.
She asked me. She's like, "Are you gonna do your impression of Sadowski for him?" I'm like,
Dude, you actually do a sit down. Dude, that is so fucking funny.
What's been weird for me is that it's just me and Reggie in the room. John has not been here the whole time. He's been
"Yes,
doing.
I'm a master."
Do you do impersonations?
Well, when I do them, you always tell me they're not good, so then I just stop doing them.
I always say you also have your voices are great. You do great characters.
I do character. I do more characters than I choose to try to do impressions, and then all the ones I try to do, I would try to do impressions of people that aren't really impressionable, and then people would do better versions of it. But I don't really do it. So
should we recap?
To review.
Reggie would like to die in the apocalypse.
Reggie wants.
Wait, is it in the apocalypse?
I feel
a
like
nuclear.
Yeah, maybe. And it's not necessarily nuclear, but I would just like to die with all of my friends and family.
You want to
at the
die
same
like that in
time.
that scene in Terminator when it's just
Reggie wants either a nuclear war or a pandemic to wipe out.
No. Let's not say that. I would never wish that.
Reggie wants to kill his family.
Reggie
No,
wants to
nothing
be
like that.
patient zero for what would be the disease that kills everyone.
Yes.
Do what you love.
Do what you love and die doing it if
And
you
die
can.
doing it.
Yeah.
Die on stage. We all got to go.
Being paid the same amount to do less time is the highest form of flattery in my book.
100%.
Sadowski, if you're going to impersonate him, start with a maniacal laugh.
You fuckers. And fuck Dan.
Fuck Dan. Hey,
Hey.
fuck anybody
Yeah,
who
that's right.
who gives
And
you
fuck
false
Dan.
information and then hits on your sister.
Exactly.
You fuck with my family.
You fuck with a family. You fuck with me. Fuck you. Fuck with that, you fucking clown.
Reggie, tell them about your socials.
I am Reggie Brown everywhere. I am Reggie Brown on Instagram, Twitter, and my online following is not so high. 'Cause I'm a corporate comedian. Like 40 and 60-year-olds don't say, "Oh, how do I follow you?" So, I'm still not verified, even though I have more than 500 million views on my shit.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I know. I don't even know what that means. I don't really care, to be honest. But
Hey,
it's just
Instagram. Verify this guy.
Get on that
verify
shit.
me. I verify myself.
What?
What's your socials?
Oh, I'm Mr. Travis Clark. I can't even do the Ask Me Anything sticker on Instagram, so don't follow me. It doesn't matter. I can't do any of the features.
I'm Sadowski23 on Twitter and on Instagram. We are at QuickQPod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Make sure to rate and review us on iTunes or whatever podcatcher you use. It really helps the show. I don't know why, but it really helps the show.
Special thank you to our guest, our confirmed guest, Barack Obama.
Barack,
Thank you so much.
it was so wonderful to meet you.
It's great to be here. Love you guys.
We'll cut out the part where you showed us the Kenyan birth certificate. I appreciate you.
Hey, Barack, why don't you give us one parting word of wisdom?
Well, I just wish that we could have recorded this yesterday, which, is my favorite day of all time.
Yesterday's-
Taco Tuesday.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Barack Obama loves Taco Tuesday.
Quick question.